In this video, I want to share with you how fashion trends start, how you can follow them, and how to decide whether or not your brand should be following trends or not. Trends aren't for everybody, they're not good for every brand, so let's dive into this a little bit more and understand more about where the trends come from and how we can use them. If you're new here, I'm Vicki, founder of the Fashion Business Coach, and I love helping brands to scale strategically to increase their profits. Every week I produce a new free video, so if you enjoyed this one, make sure that you subscribe or follow along so that you can catch the new video next week. Today we're going to be talking about fashion trends, and in my personal opinion, fashion trends come from the trend publications and the people working for them. Now there's a lot of different opinions, and I'm sure the people working at those publications will tell you something different, but here's why I believe that. Almost every major fashion business, particularly those who are large-scale commercial companies, they are all going to be looking at trend forecasting books. Actual physical books that are printed and published, and they contain the trends for the season. Usually there's about 4 to 5 different concepts in there, and the books are usually very tailored to a specific area of the industry. You might have also heard of online versions like WGSN, for example, but since they charge around 10 grand a year, not everyone is using those, and so that's something that we see more for the bigger brands. So everybody's looking to various kinds of trend research, trend publications, trend books, websites, whatever. And so for me, that's where the trends are created, because everybody in the industry is kind of looking to these to understand, okay, what's going to be on trend for next season. And therefore, by default, these publications are kind of creating the trends. Now, as I say, they'll probably argue that it's coming from somewhere else. For example, fabric mills, so the people who produce fabrics, they'll often decide on their colors, so the trending colors for the season, pretty far in advance, just because of how long development takes for those sorts of things. So that's another source. And also, in today's society, we do have those influencers who are a key role in creating trends. Typically though, I don't reference that as much as the trend research and those trend publications simply because of the timeline. In fashion, we're usually working pretty far ahead, typically around 8 months ahead for established brands is kind of the timeline that we tend to follow, whereas influencer trends tend to be a lot faster. And the reality is a lot of the time, we simply don't have the manufacturing capabilities, even as big brands, to turn around product really fast. So influencer marketing and influencer trends just come into it, but typically it is those trend publications that are the ones that are showing us what is what and what is going to be in fashion next season. If you're watching this because you want to learn about how you can research trends for your own business, I'm excited to tell you that I am hosting a live event which is going to be covering trends. I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite trend resources. A lot of those books and publications that I talked about are paid for and they do get very expensive, but there are some free options that you can have a look at and that are really great for research. I also collate a lot of information on trends over on my Pinterest channel, which I'll link to below. So in the time being before the live, you're welcome to have a look at that and you can see the kinds of things that I've been pulling together to help you as a free resource as well. And then the other question that I kind of posed at the start is, should you be following trends? So if you've heard me speak before, you'll know that it's really important to have a clear target customer for your business. This is basically going to be your North Star. We're going to look at that through every step of the business. Every stage in business, right? We're going to be looking at that for the designs that we create, and that includes the trends itself. So we need to ask ourselves, how trend savvy is our customer? Or maybe are they somebody who is going to want to have products that last for years and years? I know for myself, particularly as a sustainable shopper, trends aren't really something that I'm attracted to because I don't want to be buying stuff this season and then throwing it out because obviously it's not very sustainable. So to me, trends aren't very important personally. It's something that I don't really consider, and I'd rather have something that I think is going to look great for years to come. So it's really important to answer that question yourself by looking at your target customer research, or if you're already in business and you have customers, simply asking them how important trends are to them. And in this day and age, because of the big moves that we're making towards sustainability, a lot of people aren't really following trends like perhaps they were 5-10 years ago. So really important to get that information straight from your target customer because it is going to be different for every single brand. This is also something that I'm going to be covering in my free challenge. I'm so excited about it. We run this every year and it was such a blast last time. I can't wait to do it again. Over 5 days, I'm going to be going live. I'm going to be teaching you something to do with creating your next or your first fashion product. So we'll look at things like that target customer. We'll look at creating your own mood board from trend research. We'll look at how we can actually get these ideas and do something with them. How can we prepare to have these manufactured, and a ton more other things. And because it's live, I'm going to be able to answer questions as we go through as well. It's completely free of charge. I'll pop the link for that below so that you can register free, and I cannot wait to see you there. Thanks everyone, and bye.